Good morning, everyone. This is Leah Dixon in Port Coquitlam, British Columbia. I am here this morning, almost noon, I guess, to create a card with you using the Dressed to Impress set. And today is going to be fairly simple stamping because although I checked back through my orders, I did order and received the dies. I cannot find them anywhere in my office. So I guess this afternoon the project will be to clean up the mess that has become my stamping room and hopefully find those dies. So for this morning, we are going to be working on a card that does not need those dies. So I'm going to move this off to the side and get started. Good morning, Janice. So I'm going to be working today with just a regular piece of Whisper White cardstock. And so we're going to fold that and get started. We're going to be actually creating some panels using some black cardstock, some... oh, this is a very light one, purple Posy cardstock, and the new vellum that is available as one of our celebration items. So the way you get your hands on this gorgeous embossed vellum paper is by placing an order of $60 or more, and then you'll get this purple Posy, I think it's soft sea foam, and Pool Party. I'm pretty sure those are the colors, basically a blue, green, and purple in this gorgeous embossed vellum. So I have cut mine up. These strips are 1 1/4 by 5 1/4, and then both of these are 1 1/8 by 5 1/8. So we're going to have a very slight black border on them. So first thing we need to do is we're going to actually glue our vellum directly onto a piece of cardstock that is the same color. I find it just helps really bring out that pattern. Now we don't want to see our glue on here though, so we're actually going to use our liquid glue and then a sponge to be able to glue these down and not see big glue globs and lines and stuff. So I've just put some liquid glue on there, and then I'm taking a sponge dauber. Good morning, Marie. Oh, I know, I love the vellum. Is it Marie or Mary? I guess can't really hear you, so I won't be able to hear your response, but is it an airy or an Ari? Okay. Sorry, here we go. So what I've done is I use this sponge and I just really spread my glue out all the way to all the edges and everything so that it's just got like a thin layer on it. It becomes extremely sticky when you do that. So when you place this, you're going to want to make sure it's lined up before you kind of press down. It doesn't slide around nicely like our glue does when we've left it in very liquid format. All right, so with that spread down, I'm going to go through and just really press that down so that's going to stick. All right, now if you wanted to save some time, you could, and you can put this on the vellum or on the paper, it doesn't actually matter which way you do that. If you wanted to kind of save your time and not be doing these little 1 by 1s, you could actually do a full sheet, like an 8.5 by 11 sheet of the vellum onto the cardstock and then cut it up. That would half your cutting time. But for the purposes of this, I didn't want to be lugging my cutter over here. Marie Osmond, awesome. Oh, I know. I don't think they're going to carry it over, unfortunately, but I hope that they carry over a similar style product. It's not often they carry items out of the celebration, although they have done it. Awesome. There we go. And one more. So just do our last one here. And remember to spread that out because otherwise you will see the glue spots. All right. So this takes me using liquid glue that can be kind of messy and makes it even a little bit messier. but it really does work for being able to glue this all the way down. On other things where I've been able to hide the glue dots, I have done that, but for this one, I wasn't going to be able to hide the glue dots, so. All right. Oh, I know. I cannot wait. Although I am still really enjoying using what we've got. I find that the selection this time around was great enough that I'm not bored with these yet. So yeah, still really enjoying it. Still have a lot, embarrassed to say actually how many stamp sets I still have that I haven't even used. I find that now that I'm a demo and my sales are actually, you know, increasing, I'm earning so many free things that I'm actually getting so much stuff I can't use it all. Oh, I'm so glad that that's going to help you out. Yeah, just being able to spread, being able to spread the glue out like that means that you can glue it down and not have any lines or anything. So it's a really handy thing. You could use just a regular sponge as well. I just really like the sponge daubers because then it keeps my hands out of the glue. Good morning, Val. So I hope you guys are all having a great day. We are having some wild weather around here. It's been sunny. It's been a total downpour. It's been windy. I think right now it's calm and sunny. So after this video, I'm going to pop out for a little walk around the neighborhood while we still can. And yeah, enjoy some of this weather. All right. I have some that I was going to use next month in class. Oh, awesome. Yeah. I know I'm just trying to figure out what classes are going to look like for next month. I think I'm actually going to do a best or a dressed to impress card class because the stamp set itself is only $23. And I'm finding, since I can't find my dies, that there's actually a lot you can do without them. All right, so now that I've got these 3 panels created, I'm going to start gluing these down. So I'm going to start just on one end. It doesn't matter. I'm going to make sure just that the top, bottom, and side are all equidistant. Oh, funny enough, Janice, I have not seen Brad. I've seen Cindy and the kids out in the front yard doing yard work and stuff, but I actually haven't seen Brad. I keep meaning to actually text him and see how things are going. It must be tough. I mean, just becomes an administrator and now he's got the totally unprecedented thing here to deal with, and I kind of feel bad for him, and not the best way to start a new job. But I know he'll get through it. I just hope that, you know, everybody has had enough time to get to know him and trust him like we all did. Because, yeah, they're in good hands, but yeah, what a tough way to start a new job. All right, so now you'll see that I glued the other side, and again just made sure that the sides, the 3 sides, were all the same distance from the edge. The reason I did that is because you could also start with the center piece, but when it's panels and you want everything to be kind of looking even, I find if you do those 2 edges, then I can come in and do the final one and then just make sure that it's 50-50 between the 2 that you've already glued down. That's going to make it look all evenly spaced out. Oh, I know, Marie, we are going to have the best yards. I have not done a good clean out of the yard like we have done this year in a long time. We even took the time to like sift through all of it. We have a gravel pad around our fire pit. We took the time to sift through it and like take all the pine needles out and everything, and yeah, it's going to be beautiful. Okay, so I just see there that I went and smudged my hands across there, and I must have had something on them, so I'm just looking right now for a white eraser. I know I've got one in one of these cubbies. I'm not seeing it right now. So the other thing that I have, if you don't have a white eraser on hand and you've been with Stampin' Up! For a long time, you might have a glue eraser in your stash, and they seriously are the best. I wish Stampin' Up! Would bring these back. because, yeah, anytime you get a little bit of a glue mess anywhere, this just lifts it off. But a white eraser does the same trick. I do have one that I keep on my desk, and it's only for glue removal. I don't actually erase with it. But I also am lucky enough to have that old glue lifter. All right, so that's our background created. Now I'm going to move on to the actual stamping part. So I'm just using some scraps. Again, I'm still, my goodness, my desk was such a disaster. I'm still working on cleaning up things that have just been kind of laying around on my desk. So I'm going to grab some black Memento ink. And I couldn't even believe it. I saw online that this is on back order right now. I'm just shocked. Glad that I have a few here. All right, so stamped that. This is just on a scrap piece of paper. This is what, 1/2 inch wide, and I'm not worried about the length because I'm actually going to just be trimming it up. Oh, now I just realized though, for what I want to do, that's probably too close to that yucky end. So I'm going to turn it around and stamp it one more time. Oh, do they? Wonderful. They are really the best. Okay, so I'm actually going to restamp that in a little bit further away from my edge because I want that edge there to be able to tuck in. And so I'll save that for something else. Didn't quite get rid of all the scraps yet. And then I'm going to grab my tailored tag punch and trim up this end to make it into a little banner. But I'm only going to do one of the ends. I'm going to leave this other end because I'm going to tuck it underneath the shoe that I'm going to put on our card. So that's going to go right there, but then we're going to have a shoe go over top of this. So for my shoe, I'm just grabbing a piece of scrap paper, and there's my shoe stamp. I'm going to ink it up in Memento as well. Doesn't really matter how much space I have here because I'm going to be cutting it out. That's why I like to keep these scraps from like circle punches and stuff, because you can just fit little things in and easily cut them out. So before I cut this out, I am going to color it in, and I'm actually using the dark cherry cobbler and light cherry cobbler pens. They just go so beautifully with the purple Posy. So I'm going to start with my light and kind of give my whole shoe a once over. And, you know, try to stay in the lines, but we are going to be fussy cutting it out, so not a huge deal if you end up out of the lines. All right, so with that done, with the light cherry cobbler. Hi, Eileen. We're just working here with the Dressed to Impress stamp set, and I was just showing here, this is the vellum, but I actually glued it directly onto a piece of purple Posy cardstock cut the same size, and I was just showing using a sponge dauber to apply the glue so that you can do full coverage and not end up with like little glue marks and stuff showing around. All right, so now that I've done that with the light, I'm going to come in and color the actual shoe, like the exterior of the shoe, with my dark cherry cobbler. Okay. And I'm not even worrying too much about like getting shading and darker spots and stuff here. I just want the outside of my shoe to be darker than the inside of my shoe. Okay, so with that done, we'll put that away, and I'm going to grab some scissors. So another thing that's gone missing from my office is my actual Stampin' Up! Paper snips. So I've got my ancient Fiskars ones here because that's what I could find. Definitely been spending too much time in the garden and not enough time in here organizing things. That'll change with this yucky weather today. All right, so I'll put that aside to use for something else and finish fussy cutting this shoe. It's, you know, it's nice to have the dies, and the dies, I can't wait to find them because I want to make one of those little bags and show you guys how adorable they are. But in terms of the dies for like cutting out the shoe and the perfume bottle, kind of unnecessary because these really are so easy to cut out. All right. Okay, there we go. So with that done, I am now going to grab some glue. Oh no, I'm not. I'm going to grab a scrap of Highland Heather that I have here, and I'm going to come in and use the, I don't even know what punch this is, but I can't remember the name, but it matches up nicely with our 2-inch circle punch, which is the size of this circle that I have here on my desk. So those two layer together very nicely. And then I've got that to go on there, and then we'll pop our shoe on top. So I am going to trim this up just a little bit. I'm just going to see when I put that in, because I do want this to tuck under the shoe, but I don't want a ton of it sticking out the other side. So I'll make that a little bit shorter. There we go. All right, so I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of my shoe. You could use minis or regular, they both fit. And then this one I'm going to use a mini glue dot on the back of, and actually make sure to line it up so that it's going to be nicely underneath my shoe. All right, so get all of those off so that I can layer them. Okay, so that's going to go nicely there, and then my shoe will go right there. And voila, now you can't see that that tag just kind of cuts off underneath. Now I'm going to use some glue to stick this to my Highland Heather circle. My little, it's not really a scalloped edge, but a little spiky edge. All right. I really should learn the names of some of these things. Now that I've got that done, I will put some dimensionals on the back. And right there. All right. Peel all those off. And now on our card, I want that to be kind of low, and I want the banner to be straight. There we have it. All right, so we are almost done, but we need to add a little bit of bling. I'm going to add 2 kinds of sparkle to this card. I'm going to come in here with some rhinestones and pop those on. And then oh no, where'd that go? There we go. Oh, that one has no backing. I lost the sticky off of that. All right. Oh, come on. Okay, so with my rhinestones on there, oh, that one's not stuck. Come on, stay there. Okay, so with those stuck on there, I'm going to come in with my favorite kind of bling for things like this, which is my Wink of Stella brush. And I am just going to color what would be the outside of this shoe to give it a little sparkle. It's kind of funny. I would never, ever in a million years wear shoes like this, but on a card, I absolutely love them. All right. So that is our card for today. I'm actually going to come in and show you guys one more card, kind of a 2-for-1. This is not my design at all. This is stolen from, I don't know if you say Liza or Lisa. She's songofmyheartstampers.com. And I saw this online, and it is just the sweetest, simplest, simple stamping card. You could do it in any color, and it is just gorgeous. So it's using the perfume bottle and Hello Fabulous. So many people in my life that I could send this one off to. Now, I had my black ink just a moment ago. I used it with you guys. There we have it. All right, that's how messy. What you guys can't see is that I couldn't find a black stamp pad on my desk. It's quite ridiculous. I'm sure my dies are probably within 2 feet of me, and yeah, it's out of control. All right, so I'm going to take this perfume bottle and stamp it down here in the corner. Love it. And then I'm going to take the Hello Fabulous and stamp, oh, that's not inked up. Thank goodness for these photopolymer ones that you can see through. All right, got my Hello Fabulous and stamp that to the side. All right, I'm going to clean that one right away because I got a bunch of this memento on the block, and I find if you don't clean it right away, then it tends to stay on your blocks. I'm sure I could use some harsher chemical, but oh, I know, Val, I think we're all just like in let's create mode and keep ourselves busy, and nobody wants to keep busy cleaning because we're doing so much like disinfecting and other kinds of cleaning around the house. Yeah, we are really trying to limit who comes in, so we because I'm home now and not who knows when we're going back, we stopped our cleaning service, and man, my house has never been cleaner. I'm so paranoid. I'm like every day cleaning constantly. Walk past something, clean it. All right, so I think I might stick with some purples for this. I don't know, maybe. Pink is so pretty though. But nah, let's go with some purple, or actually maybe some rich raspberry. Oh, I wonder. You're almost done your May cards. Wow, that's awesome. Oh, it must be so nice to have a view of the fairies and everything. All right, so let's see here. I'm wondering about this, or maybe the Highland Heather. So many decisions. All right, let's go with Highland Heather and see how that one looks as we stamp this. So I'm going to take kind of the blob from that stamp set, and I am going to ink it up, but then I'm actually going to stamp it off, and because I have a brand new sheet here, trying to keep it a little clean, I'm going to stamp it off on one of my yucky ones behind. All right, and then with that stamped off, I'm going to come in here and stamp the purple behind the Hello Fabulous. Now I've got the other, like the longer kind of lipstick line one. I'm going to ink it up, and I'm not going to stamp it off. I'm actually going to stamp it low on my bottle, and then again, and then a third time. All right, didn't show up very dark after the second time, so twice is good. Maybe I'll come in and do it one more time. Do that, and up a little bit higher. There we go. All right, so just a little bit of purple going on there, just to have a little splash of color on that. Then I'm going to come in with the little flower, and with these, let's just see, it's already pretty light, so I'm not going to bother stamping this one off. It's already so light. I'm going to ink up this flower and pop it in just kind of randomly around our perfume bottle. And up the side of our card. All right, here we go. I'll do one more here. And then I'm going to fill in the rest of the space that I have with some purple polka dots. Okay, so all of these stamped images are straight from the Dress to Impress stamp set. I haven't gone and grabbed anything from anywhere else. And there we have it. It is done. So I could come in here if I wanted with like a little bit of sparkle for the top of that perfume bottle. And then here's the other sample that I did in pink. And so that one's just a case from Song of My Heart Stampers.com. So super quick card if you're looking to do like some mass mailings and send things out to people. Quick and simple. So those are our cards today. using the Dress to Impress stamp set. You can head over to my website if you want to purchase these, or check out my blog. I actually just started a new blog, much easier name to remember. It's stampinwithleah.ca, and you can head over there and I'll be posting these on there as well. So you guys have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow likely with another video using the Dress to Impress again. Maybe I'll have found my dies by then. Have a wonderful day. Bye. Thank you, Catherine. Thanks, Val.